fans, but that's the feeling. A lot of fans are walking out of that building feeling like the next time we come in here, it could be in the NBA Finals.
All right, guys. Monica McNutt now joins us, as always, on the call, on the radio call on ESPN New York. Monica, you know, you got to have Hart.
Got to have it.
Oh, look at you.
You literally can't live without it, okay? Like, come on, you know, let's roll with it. I just think, and he was out here. I decided not to be a jerk and harass him. But I was glad that he powered through that 0-for-3 start from the first quarter. I mean, we all guys all saw it. He's a guy that plays with his heart on his sleeve, and he was visibly frustrated. But to finish the game 5 of 10, that's why shooters got to shoot to get hot and shooters got to shoot to stay hot, baby. But in addition to that, 7 assists and 4 rebounds, just an all-around game. And we talked about this pregame, Han, you, me, and Novak. When you get to this point in a season, you got to have multiple ways that you can win, multiple guys that you can go to, and tonight was a fantastic demonstration of that.
Yeah, you know, Monica, I was thinking of your line throughout the game of shooters shoot to get hot, shooters shoot to stay hot. And that's really was the guys were looking at Josh going, figure it out, man. Yep. You're open. You know you can hit them. Start shooting with confidence. That one time when he threw the ball away, and it's like, no, they gave it right back to him. Sometimes you need your teammates to look at you and show confidence. And didn't you see that from them in Josh Hart tonight?
Without question. In fact, once those guys were actually subbed out in the fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson was still having some sort of conversation with him. And so I think you look to one another. Josh Hart is definitely a highlight of this game. That's the name that we'll see in the marquee. But when you go up and down this roster, shooting 51% from the field as a team, holding your opponent under 100 points in the playoffs in the year 2026 of NBA basketball, there is an accountability that is just undeniable happening with this group right now.
And Monica, it seemed like throughout the season there were ups and downs. There were times where Cat wasn't sure about his role. There were guys that struggled. In a long season, you expect that. But now we're sitting at a point where this Knicks team has won not 9 regular season games in a row, which was their longest streak of the season, but 9 playoff games in a row. What do you think clicked? What has been the biggest difference? Was it chemistry? Is it a guy playing a different way? Is it just shot making? We're talking about playoff games, and it's 9 in a row. What do you think it is that is the difference versus the ups and downs that we saw?
Well, Novak, Mikal Bridges was our post-game interview for our radio broadcast, and I basically asked him that, like, what are you guys leaning on, and how much of last year's experience in this moment has moved you forward? And he said, look, we got tighter through last year's experiences. We know, he used that word, one another accountable. We're coming in hungry and undeniable. And I think to me, and you guys know, because you all have hooped, I think when you say that you are hungry, there is the cute hungry, and then there's the hungry that has no limits. And I think that's sort of what we're seeing. And when I say no limits, I mean, okay, my role may have changed. Okay, I'm not getting as many shots. Okay, they need me to defend. Like, doing things outside of just the cute stuff in terms of basketball. Like tonight, I thought we saw some really good defense in terms of guys fighting to stay with guys through screens, from Bridges, from Anunoby, from Shamet. Like, just being willing to be a star in your role, whatever that may be, and however it may change game to game.
Monica, Knicks defended home court, 2-0 commanding lead. They looked really good, well, for most of this game, and they stole game 1. What do you think we're going to see from the Cavs in game 3 moving back to Cleveland?
Wally, I'm okay. So I'm thinking about this one because guys, quietly, and maybe not so quietly because we saw it happen in the Philadelphia series, the schedule significantly favors the New York Knicks. They're the fresher team, they're the rested team, they're the deeper team. I have good reason to believe that Donovan Mitchell is not quite right, and that's not just because of his performance, but just bopping around the arena today, talking to some folks in his camp. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure what the Cavs can dig up in terms of competing with the Knicks team that's playing this well, because we talked about it. You plug one leak, another has sprung. Home court advantage, all of that might give them some energy. But I don't know, Wally. Like, and I was telling myself, I was one that thought the Philly series was going to go longer, and we saw the way that they handled that one. So, I guess the only thing that I can say with confidence, that is, if this team is continuing to play this way on both sides of the floor, that's going to be a tough out for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
By the way, Mitchell did go for 26, but didn't look 100%. Monica, to your point. As always, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you on Saturday with the series in Cleveland for game number 3.
Sounds good, guys.
All right, so Kenny Atkinson, Long Island native, of course, was a one-time coach of the Nets, coached the Warriors as an assistant with Mike Brown on the team that won the title in 2022, but he's got a big problem right now, down 2-0. Here are his post-game comments.
We didn't shoot the ball well. I thought we had a lot of good looks. A lot of good looks from three. Good looks at the rim. I thought our process was right. Took care of the ball. Offensive rebounded. I think wasn't a great shooting night. At the end of the day, you got to put the ball in the hole. Tonight we didn't.
What do you think you can do to get the bigs more involved?
Yeah, get it to them in the pocket more. In the pick and roll. But they, it's a little bit like they hit in the paint. I thought we did a great job hitting the perimeter guys. A bunch of swings, a bunch of wide open threes. You gotta kind of take what the defense gives you. Obviously, they're trying to take away those guys. So I think if we would have made some shots early, it could have loosened them up a little. But we never found the accuracy tonight.
Brunson obviously didn't have as big of a scoring night, but 14 assists. Just kind of what did you see out there?
That's what great players do, right? They read the game. And the game dictated that. Obviously, we were loaded up more to him, and he found other guys. So we just got to find that balance. But 14 assists. But credit to him, right? Took away some of his scoring options, blitzed him, gave him different looks. He made the right reads, right place.
Former Knicks assistant Kenny Atkinson. Clyde loving the action tonight. All the former Knicks on hand, including Bernard King. The Wally Wall is next.
Or are they that skilled that they can adjust? And I think tonight is another example of that, where you can make adjustments because you have the luxury of the versatility that this group plays with. And a guy like Mikal Bridges is versatile. You think about an OG Anunoby. You think about just the ability of what we just talked about with Jalen Brunson to be so many things, to wear so many hats, and to be a different guy. This is a guy who, he's one of 6 guards in NBA history in 50-plus playoff games to average 30 or more points.
Crazy.
We're talking about how few of points he scored. He's willing and able to do so much more, but it's part him. It's part, like you said, Coach Brown, his willingness to put in a great offense, but it's also this whole group, the guys he has around him, ability to step up and deliver when he plays like that.
The adjustment tonight was they're not going to guard Josh Hart, he's going to be our guy. He was the leading scorer. And the Knicks just said they take what the defense gives them. Yeah. And that's a coaching adjustment, too. It's a player adjustment. He made a couple threes. They're locking down on Towns. They're locking down on Brunson. They're like, they're leaving this guy wide open? All right, here you go. Here you go, Josh. Go for 26. Go for 5 threes. That's an in-game adjustment that's very well done by this team. And it's a veteran team, so they can figure this type of stuff out. And that's why other teams are shaking their heads and like, how do we stop these guys?
All right, Plaza 33 Watch Party presented by Experience Abu Dhabi. And that is where we find Alex Monaco. Look at that. It's a happy group, Alex. Take it away, buddy.